Hi folks, views of the Arabian Desert, and we're going to look at another review, an updated review on the German Baltes Bundeswehr desert boots. Now, if you're a regular viewer to the channel, you know that I normally review a pair of boots when I've got them, and then after minimum 500 kilometers plus, I try and do an updated review. I think the original review was some 7 years ago, and most of the comments I made then are actually pretty much the same now, so I'll come back to that. So, desolate picture, but actually not too far off the main highway there. That's the road going from Dubai to Oman. You can go to the border post at the place called Hatta, and you can get a visa to go into Oman. It's quite easy these days. It's got easier over the years. So I've done maybe only about 110 kilometers in these, so why am I reviewing them? Well, I don't think I'll be doing that much further in them because they're just uncomfortable. Now, to be fair to them, what they're designed for, i.e. conditions like we're viewing here, the desert, they're perfect, they're ideal. They've got a big tongue to keep the sand out, which is, a good idea if you're in heavy sand, stop getting sand in your boots or grit in your boots all the time. But I'm using them in the main on block paving, because where I stay, it's a 12-kilometre circuit, which you've perhaps seen on other videos, and it's all block paving. And these are very uncomfortable on hard surfaces. There's no cushion in them. They've got a hard polyurethane outsole. They're well made, they're extremely strong, but as I said, they're just not comfortable. So unless you are particularly using them in these sort of conditions, I wouldn't recommend them. There's far more comfortable desert boots by Meindl, Ettore, Hikes out there, much more modern. I think these came back from 2004, these particular boots. And there's some tracks, and if you're ever going out in the desert, you certainly don't want to be walking on your own, for sure. You can see the conditions, and even if you're driving, it's always advisable to have a minimum 2 vehicles. Obviously, they've got to be 4-wheel drives to cope with the sand. You let the tyres down, make sure you got some tow ropes, etc., and spades, because you will get stuck. And it's just about practice at the end of the day, like most driving conditions. Baltes, well-made products, but no good on hard surfaces. Now, this is not that far away, and it's a savanna type environment. And you can see the fence, which is designed to keep camels off the main roads. But as we'll see here, that doesn't always work. These boys and girls have managed to get through. I didn't get too close because they got the young with them. I'm not sure how they were going to react. But you can see they've got through the fence. So you have to be careful sometimes driving out in the Middle East, because particularly at night time, because if you were to hit one of these, now they won't be on the main highways, but they can be on the side roads. And even when it's a long road, you can't see that far ahead perhaps in the heat simmer. It's like a mirage effect off the tarmac. And if you're in a saloon car and you hit one of them, it's not going to make your day, because they come crashing down on the roof. Even in a big 4-wheel drive, you'll do a lot of damage, not least you'd probably have to pay for the camel, because they're all owned by somebody. So back to the desert boots. It depends what you want them for. If you want them for use in the desert, fine. If you want them for walking around in the summer in the UK, no, I wouldn't recommend them. They're just not comfortable enough to use long wear. And they're beginning to wear, it really, considering that I've only done 110 kilometres. I think it's polyurethane on the outsole, and it seems to be wearing. So there we are, that's a brief update. And as always, back to the boys and girls, take care out there.